What's going on, everyone? I'm Jaren, and today we are talking about Companion. This story is about a weekend getaway with friends that turns into chaos when a murder ensues at a billionaire's remote estate. This marks the feature-length written and directorial debut of Drew Hancock, collaborating with the producers of Barbarian. And after the year we've had with such horror and thrilling masterpieces such as The Substance, Strange Darling, I just love how these various stories are coming out and tackling really dark, provocative, and just very mature subject matters in their own creative way. And once I saw the teaser for Companion, I just knew right away that there was a lot of details that were just put on display that was just enough to entice me. I kept asking myself what the story was really about, why the characters are in conflict. I wish I was one of the very few lucky press and critics who actually got to see this back in November, because they just had no idea what they were walking into, not knowing what to expect. And about a month ago, they actually released an official poster and a trailer, second trailer, might I add, and I was so freaking pissed because with that poster alone, with that minute-and-a-half trailer that they had, they gave away such an element that would have been best discovered upon first viewing. And I just thought that was it. I thought the entire movie was already ruined for me, that there was nothing else to anticipate here. But I am glad to report that although that reveal is brought up within the first 25 minutes of the movie, there was still a lot more twists, turns, and a whole lot of fun to unravel. Guys, if you haven't seen the movie yet, haven't seen the second trailer yet, or have actually seen the theatrical poster, I highly recommend that you click off this review, go check out the film for yourself, and then get back to me here. Because that second trailer, I'm showing it off over here. It's not a spoiler anymore because it's part of the marketing. I just highly recommend that you go in completely blind as much as possible because it's fun that way. All right, that was your warning. So, going back to the first teaser that came out, the way that Sophie Thatcher's arm catches on fire, that should have clicked in my brain right away, but because it was not something that wasn't on my mind or something that I just put two and two together with until then. But yeah, she is a freaking robot. I can see that there's going to be a section of people who are going to compare their viewing experience being ruined by the marketing to something like Abigail, where in that movie, the first 40 minutes is pretty much playing it coy with our titular character being a main antagonist, let alone a vampire. And not knowing that Sophie Thatcher's Iris is an AI companion robot is an interesting card to play, but it's also not the only hand that's dealt to the audience. I think going in with that knowledge of who is who really makes some of the transitional stuff feel a little more natural and less heavy-handed with the way that the first act kind of goes about and the world that we're setting ourselves into, as well as some of the interactions and dialogue exchanges between Iris and her friends. It comes off very awkward, very off-putting, and I think that it'll make a lot more of an easier transition once you get to know what the characters do know and how they decide to translate that to the viewers. I thought the direction was absolutely brilliant. Now, although the ideas and the way that the script unravels is inspired and influenced by other films that have similar themes, I think that we're treated to a nice genre blend, a mixed plate, if you will. You get a little bit of romance, a dash of science fiction, a hint of horror, a chunk of comedy, and a whole lot of entertaining thrills. This doesn't necessarily make the surprises and reveals as far-fetched as Argylle or as divisive as an M. Night Shyamalan movie, but definitely enough to keep you on edge, keep you on your toes with many of the decisions that are made and the consequences that follow. The editing contributed to a lot of the comedic timing that was just pure gold. For example, there are some tender and sweet moments that happen between Iris and Josh, played by Sophie Thatcher and Jack Quaid, that really softened the audience, only to be immediately undercut by an off-screen orgasm. There's also a visual aid with all the meet cutes and alternative possibilities that really project our characters to be thinking out loud, and I thought that was pretty quirky. Nonetheless, it was the tightly written script and the performances that really shine in this feature. Getting into the talent here, Lucas Gage and Harvey Guilan as our same-sex couple, Patrick and Eli. And they managed to get a great amount of screen time here in this movie, a lot more to do. And they are just introduced in the very beginning as the perfectly in love couple of the entire group. And it comes off very corny, but very sweet at the same time. Eli also has a great rapport about comedic timing because he is just alleviating a lot of the tension in the room and really just balances out with all the shit that's going on. And also, he likes to address a lot of the right questions and curiosities that the viewers might have. And immediately, the roles of Patrick and Eli just transcend into something that they could stake in the plot, and I truly admired that. We also got Jack Quaid, who plays Josh Beeman, and it is no secret from the trailers that he is not only the love interest of our main character Iris, but also the main antagonist. And he is such a loser that when push comes to shove, he just emulates the same energy as his character Richie from Scream 5. And the traits of a toxic and manipulative partner is very much present, but I think that it pays off because it really does earn both provoking its audience as well as earning their laughs all in one swoop. And just Jack Quaid is such a marvel, such a talent to behold that I swear I just love his loony outbursts and his just menacing charm. Last but not least, we come down to Sophie Thatcher, who is our leading ladybot, Iris. From movies like Boogeyman, Yellow Jackets, Maxine, Heretic, and now Companion, I think that Sophie Thatcher has officially cemented herself as an official Scream Queen. And even if knowing what she is might feel like it's run out of steam and what she has to offer in the role, I do think that what she does with that information, especially when she's established what the predicament is at hand, will impress the hell out of you. This gives her an opportunity to just broaden her range as an actor and explore all of the emotions that heighten all the elements of this genre. And you really just root for her character, root for her journey, her arc, her hardships. And she's just this AI robot. And that's why this is my favorite performance by Thatcher. Not to mention she's freaking gorgeous. Oh my God, there's just like these little moments where she would have this shy smile and she would try to cover it up. It's just killer. Overall, I thought it was pretty daring in how they tackled a lot of themes that kind of involved how we view technology, how technology views us, the perceptions of love, from modern to toxic relationships, and some of the little itty-bitty details that make us human. I thought that was significantly handled here, and also similar to how Jordan Peele's Get Out was, I thought it was sharp and superbly executed in many ways than one. This is a sleek, cheeky, and undeniably wicked fun time at the cinema for either date night or with your other friendly companions. Honestly, I just think that this is one of the best films to really just kick off the year 2025. Alright guys, that's all I get to share about that movie. Go ahead and check it out if you want. I'm Jaren Banawag. I want to thank you guys again for taking some time out of your day to hear me talk some movies. Look forward to more reviews, and I'll see you guys at the theater. Take care.